Oh my goodness, what a pleasure it is to be here with you all today. I always say convention is like a party with 7,000 of my closest friends. I'm so excited to be here today. And today I get to talk about a topic that I'm deeply passionate about. It's about detox. Now to help me do that, I brought some friends with me today, so please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Jessica Herzog. And Dr. Carrie Cootie. And then last but not least, Dr. Kat Iga Phillips. Together, we're going to explore what toxins are, where they come from, how they impact our health, and most importantly, what we can do to support our body's natural detoxification pathways. Because your body is designed to detox, and we're here to show you how to help it do better. But first, we need to define what is a toxin. A toxin is really any substance that disrupts the normal work of your cells. And some toxins are obvious, like lead in old pipes or mercury in tooth fillings. But others are a bit more subtle, like air pollution, fragrances in your laundry detergent, residues in food packaging, or even some of the waste that your body makes simply by living. Your cells are tiny engines. And a toxin is anything that gums up the gears or clogs the exhaust. Detoxifying is not about extremes. It's about keeping your cells unclogged in a world that just piles on daily. Think about your morning. You wake up and breathe in air with pollutants. You brush your teeth with tap water that may contain chlorine or metals. You drive to work and find yourself behind a diesel truck spewing out black exhaust. Or you sit on your couch and your furniture is actually releasing volatile compounds that you're breathing in. And then you eat lunch and artificial flavors, artificial colors, and preservatives, and high levels of refined sugars join in the assault. So really, it's not about one thing. It's about the constant layering of small exposures. So imagine carrying one grocery bag. And that's fine, you can do that. But if you add another, and another, and another, eventually you can't carry them all. That's really toxic load. Interestingly enough, the consumption of food dyes has increased 500% over the last 50 years. And there are 83,000 industrial chemicals registered for commercial use. At least one study has been tracking more than 150 of the most concerning chemicals in blood and urine in US participants. Many of these chemicals didn't exist 100 years ago. Human detox systems evolved to handle natural exposures, like smoke from fire, not thousands of synthetic compounds that we're exposed to today. So sadly, we're asking ancient systems to handle modern problems. Now, your body is beautifully created with built-in detox system, like liver, kidneys, lungs, skin, and gut. But here's the catch. When your daily exposures exceed what your body can handle, backlog begins to happen. That's toxic load. Like putting too much down the sink, it clogs. Your detox pathways can get sluggish when overload builds up. Now, what does that look like? What might you identify with for that overload? It could be fatigue, brain fog, skin breakouts, digestive issues, joint aches, weakened immune systems, and these aren't random. They're signs your system is struggling to keep up. So ladies, do you see that ever in your clinical practices?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Almost
All
every
the
day.
time.
These are common complaints that people are coming in with, right?
Yeah.
Because we live in this world that has significant challenges. one of the first things you want to do is kind of identify where they're coming from, and then that can help you learn that. I will tell you, over the last month as I've been preparing for this talk, one of the things that I've realized is we have some in our own home to get rid of. And as I would go home and share with my sweet wife, Julie, about the things I was learning, she'd be like, oh my gosh, we have to get rid of this, and we have to get rid of this. And so our house has done a detox recently. And we live pretty cleanly, but she has done a great job of removing some of those things that we've now identified. The CDC reports over a third of US adults feel tired or exhausted most days. We need to remember that our body whispers before it shouts. Feeling sluggish can mean toxic overload. Now, Dr. Hill mentioned this today. Health starts at the smallest level, the cell. When cells are healthy, everything else flows, tissues, organs, and then whole systems. But healthy cells mean a healthy you. So let's bring up a healthy cell to the stage. Dr. Spellman is going to represent our healthy cell. Chris, will you come to the stage for us? Perfect, all right. Chris is going to be a good sport about this. Okay, so a healthy cell. A healthy cell should be able to catch nutrients and handle the nutrients that are floating through the system. So if I give this healthy cell a nutrient, he'll be able to take it and utilize it, right? Right? That's what a healthy cell does. It grabs nutrients that we're consuming, and it works. When nutrients come along, it catches them, uses them for energy. Don't do that. You'll regret it. Okay? Healthy cells absorb and use nutrients. Okay? So, health begins at the cellular level, and cells are responsible for energy, protein synthesis, repair, communication, and when toxins interfere with those things, those functions break down. My colleagues are going to walk us through some of the most common sources of toxins so we can better understand exposure. So, Dr. Herzog, help us understand one of the toxins.
Thank you. One category of toxins is heavy metals. They aren't rare. They're in products and foods that we use every day, making them an unavoidable part of modern life. So unavoidable that some of my patients eat organic, they have filters in their home, they have water filters, they wear organic clothing, they are passionate about green cleaners, green products in their home, but when we do their toxin panels, they're still riddled with exposures. Now, some of them might be outdoor exposures that they don't have control over, and some of them might be that their body's actually mobilizing and processing old toxins from the past that they've stored in fatty tissues. But the point is that it's unavoidable. So even if you think you're doing the best and everything is perfect, we still need to be mindful of this topic. Lead can still be found in old pipes and car batteries, and in older homes, say before 1970s, and gas before the 70s. Even low exposure can affect the brain and blood pressure. Mercury shows up in things like the old thermometers, fluorescent light bulbs, some dental fillings, and fish. It's a neurotoxin. It's a neurotoxin, meaning that it can affect the brain and nervous system in significant ways, including memory, mood, and coordination. This is a very, we'll say, simple list that you see there. I would ask you to put an asterisk in your notes here, go home and find other sources, do a little research, talk to friends about where this might show up in exposures that you might have. This is the official version, but there is a broader version. At lunch, I had the dear pleasure of running into two friends, long-term patients, and I know for a fact that exposures to heavy metals affected their families forever, and in fact, they even lost a child. So there is a bigger picture here, and I do pray that we have the ears to hear, the eyes to see, and the voices to share the full message. Arsenic can be found in treated wood. It's in paints, glass, even in well water, and often in rice. By rinsing your rice several times, you can remove a lot of that arsenic. Another common exposure is aluminum, everywhere. foil, cookware, processed foods, antiperspirants, some antacids. It's often noted high in soil, where foods can be contaminated as well. It can affect the nervous system and is implicated in brain problems.
Oh, don't drop the paint.
Exposure often comes in small and repeated doses, with contact from our food, water, air, common products, and other unfortunate exposures. They can build up in our body over time, but awareness helps us reduce our risk, and that is our goal today, to help you be more aware about where these toxins are found so that you can make informed choices on your wellness journey and in your education of others. The takeaway here is that it's usually not one big dose, but the slow, repeated exposures that can build up. And not all of us have the same capacity to detox. Not all of us are the same size. Not all of us have the same liver capacity. Not all of us are as well hydrated. So all of these things are going to affect our detox.
Thank you, Dr. Jessica. Our cell is already having a hard time, so let's add a few more things to his plate. I'm going to talk about a few common exposures that we have, and I would say that this category is definitely one that we don't often think about, and also one that we don't a lot of times have a lot of control over. Air pollutants definitely show up in way more ways than we might even realize. Here in the great state of Utah, the shrinking Great Salt Lake has exposed a huge lake bed of just filled with toxins, right? When that water level decreases, a lot of things are exposed that we don't really even realize. And as dust blows, those pollutants become airborne. And they're small enough to travel through the lungs and even into the bloodstream. And this really can affect our heart, our hormones, and even brain function.
Sorry.
In our homes, we have flame retardants in mattresses. Even clothing can slowly release compounds that can disrupt hormones and cause issues with neurological development. Combustion byproducts from burning fuels create chemicals that can be tied to reduced learning and cognitive performance. Mold. This is a big issue that we're starting to learn a lot more about. When it's allowed to grow indoors, even when we don't even realize it most of the time, it can release allergens and mycotoxins that trigger everything from congestion to skin reactions and much, much more. Radon gas might be one that you maybe not have thought of before. It's a kind of an invisible risk. You can't smell it, obviously, and so testing is really the only way to know if you're exposed. But these are all things that, again, add up, right? We're kind of showing you the things that you might not have thought about before. Even in our food system has shifted, right? In order to feed over 8 billion people, modern farming has introduced many new techniques and chemical applications. And so this is needed for effective yields, but what is it doing to us, right? Many of us are starting to ask those questions. And I think science is only beginning to understand how these exposures affect metabolic and hormonal health. So let's keep loading them up. And so taken together, these examples remind us that our environment always impacts our bodies. But again, it's not about panic, it's about awareness. We can't control everything, but we should reduce what we can and mainly support our detoxification systems in a variety of ways. Try to choose safer home products, controlling that indoor moisture with the mold exposure, and just trying to eat clean food, right? Clean whole foods. Building these daily rhythms that keep our bodies resilient. So when we understand the connection with the air we breathe, the spaces that we live in, the food that we eat, we're better equipped to care for the bodies God entrusted to us, and so they can repair and restore and thrive even in a modern world. So awareness should be empowering, and I hope we've given you some extra things to think about. There's one more person to share a little bit more with us, Dr. Kat.
I'm so sorry, Chris. I have to talk about this last category. Okay. Okay, thank you. Who's ready to talk about VOCs? I know, exactly. It's like, what even are those? So VOCs, volatile organic compounds. So basically what this means is these are organic compounds that have a high vapor pressure at room temperature. So basically chemicals that easily evaporate into the air. Okay? These are very common, and they exist in a variety of settings, in a variety of products, like your upholstered furniture, like arts and crafts supplies, like dry clean clothing, and even cleaning supplies. So despite the odor being perceived as pleasant for the most part, some of these VOCs can actually be very dangerous to human health or cause harm to our environment. So that new carpet smell, VOCs, right? That candle you lit to make your room smell like pumpkin spice because 'tis the season, VOCs. So let's be clear
Let me put it in there.
about one thing here when we talk about VOCs. I want you to really understand that essential oils are also VOCs, right? Organic compounds that easily evaporate into the air. So we have to talk about that. Let's talk about the difference between natural VOCs and the synthetic ones. The essential oils that we utilize play an important role in communication between animals and plants, such as attractants for pollinators, protection from predation, and even interplant interactions. So when it comes to synthetic VOCs, right, I'm so sorry, Chris. When it comes to synthetic VOCs, we have to be very cautious because, again, it may say lavender or something that's familiar to you, but you need to know that sourcing is everything. Now, essential oils release volatile compounds. This is their plant fresh smell, but they do offer benefits to us. So we know that some oils like eucalyptus, like tea tree, may even offer mild air purifying effects, which are actually helpful, especially indoors. But in contrast, the synthetic fragrances, like the air fresheners, like the candles, the perfumes, the body sprays, these can emit complex chemical bouquets of VOCs. In fact, one analysis showed that selected scented consumer products released over 100 different VOCs, including some that are classified as toxic or hazardous under federal law. So it's pretty serious, guys. And these often contain benzene, as well as other toxic VOCs. Now, these emissions can contribute to poor indoor air quality and even trigger irritation of the respiratory tract. It can cause headaches for some people, even allergic responses to very sensitive individuals. And I want you to know that textile dyes are also another source of VOCs. Because they're directly placed against the skin, even they can cause irritation and sensitivities. Perfect. I cannot be serious. So here's the point. Synthetic fragrances are a concern. They inject unnecessary chemicals into our indoor environment. So if you remember nothing else from anything I just shared, just remember this. If it smells too chemical, it probably is. Fresh air and clean products matter, especially since we do spend about 90% of our lives indoors, and indoor air is now often more polluted than outdoors. So I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Riggs to walk us through some other sources of toxins.
So, our poor cell, right? He's getting loaded down with toxins. I don't know if you can see his face, but he's like, okay, this is getting heavy. Just 40 more minutes, you'll be fine. Even if you somehow avoided every environmental toxin, your body would still make its own toxins. Exercising increases CO2 production in the body. Protein meals create ammonia and urea, gut bacteria release endotoxins, and hormones leave metabolites. It's normal biology. So for exercise, just one more small thing. Chris, you got this?
Oh, snap.
Just tuck that.
I love you, Dr.
I
Riggs.
know you do, big man. So, even if you avoided every environmental toxin, it would still be a part of your life. CO2 from metabolism, urea and ammonia from protein, endotoxins from bacteria, byproducts from hormones. These are normal processes and they need to be cleared daily. So detoxing isn't just about the environment, it's about life itself. Now these natural byproducts are only a problem if detox pathways can't keep pace. Just like that sink drain, if flow slows down, then backlog builds up. And that's when cells start signaling distress. Your body makes toxins daily. Oh. So supporting detox pathways keep you balanced. Every day we add exposures, metals, VOCs, pollutants, even our own metabolic waste, and the load builds up. Toxic load weighs cells down. And when the load is too heavy, guess what happens? Yep. Here's our nutrients. It didn't do anything with them, right? Here you go. The nutrients cannot be used when that load is too heavy. Energy production slows down, repair falters, communication breakdown. Too many toxins equals blocked function of the cell. Now here's why detox matters. And let's give a hand to our toxified cell. You can set all those things down now, sir. Okay, nutrients can only help if the cell can actually use them. When you lower your toxic load, you restore balance. Reduce the load, restore the flow. Yes, let's give our cell a big round of applause. Nutrients are the detergent in your body's laundry system. Now without them, detoxing slows down. Daily detox is important as brushing your teeth. VMG, E Omega Plus, and PB Restore provide daily fuel for enzymes and gut support to detoxify the system. The foundational oils offer a variety of benefits. Some specifically help with detoxification. For example, the limonene in ingested lemon oil enhances glutathione synthesis and activity, crucial for detoxification. Lavender oil has demonstrated antioxidant activity when used internally, which may help protect cells from free radicals. Tea tree has cleansing properties when used topically, which can help avoid toxins in the first place. And the Serenity system, along with the Serenity oil, can be used to support sleep, which is your brain's nightly wash and rinse cycle. So, Dr. Kat, tell us a little bit about Revitazen.
Sure. I'm excited about this new blend. Are you guys? Are you guys? Okay, oh yeah, me too, yes. So this new blend, Revitazen, combines 6 essential oils, and based on preclinical research, they work together in harmony to support our 3 key detox organs: liver, kidneys, and gut when ingested. And each oil has its own unique properties, but together they create a symphony of support. So one thing I want you to remember as you dig into your Revitazen is that Revitazen is not going into your bodies to detox for you. Revitazen is simply strengthening those detox systems that you already have in place. Very cool, right? Yes. And what if we did something better with the Revitazen blend and added some things to it to make it a little bit more robust for us? Carrie, would you like to tell us?
But before
about
that, I want to ask Dr. Herzog a question. Is there anything you would add to the Revitazen blend that might help it work even more?
Well, now we have a new fantastic carrier oil, castor oil. I'm so excited about this. It's been the only oil I've used on my skin for about 5 years, and a recent face scan showed my skin age was 10 years less than my real age.
All right. Yes. That's awesome.
Love it.
Okay, now we're all going to put it on our face, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I love a good complex, y'all. Like, I love what they've done with putting the nutraceuticals and the essential oils together to just take things up a notch. It really does help us have that deeper level of support. So the Revitazen complex combines 3 powerful botanicals with the essential oil blend of Revitazen. And it has the oil blend, of course, in the outer shell, like we learned, which creates synergy, which can support the liver, the gut, the immune system, the colon, much better at a deeper level, more targeted long term. And so one of the things I love about the Revitazen complex is that it has that black cumin seed oil in it. And there is people that ancient cultures have been using this for centuries, and it's actually been called the seed of blessing. And so I hope that it blesses you as you add it to your daily routine. I think Dr. Riggs, back to you.
All righty. So I want to ask these ladies a question. This is totally not on our script, okay? Just so you know. So ladies, what are other lifestyle things that we might encourage people to do that helps either reduce their load or help support their system to detox? Give us a couple of ideas each, will you?
Hydration, because if you aren't hydrated, you can't flush it out. So that's huge. That would be a common cause of a detox reaction when you're starting to do some good things and the body feel like it runs into some roadblocks there because you're not able to keep all of your pathways open.
Ladies, about 3 liters of water a day. Gentlemen, 4. Yes, this is the cue to pick up your water, just so you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Other things.
I would say grounding. Get outside, get your feet in the bare dirt, bare grass. That gives your body energy, and it really helps to quiet your mind and your body to really get into that deeper level of healing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a tie between two.
2 things.
Yeah, so I would say eat cleaner, because when you flip those products on the back and you read the labels and you can't pronounce some of the words, your body is probably on the same page as you.
It's
like, what is
confused, right?
this? Yeah, so then we're adding toxins in, and majority of toxins are coming in through our diet. And the second thing I would say, basically in light of what I just shared about VOCs, is when you open up your new packages, right, those air-sealed packages of things you're ordering offline, or for me, gifts. I just had a baby, so the baby shower gifts were all like tightly wrapped VOCs. But as you're opening these up, go outside and open them up and allow the off-gassing to occur outdoors instead of in your home.
Brilliant. Thank you
You can
for
also
those
hide
tips.
the packaging from anybody that might not need to know that you ordered some more stuff.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's right. You know, I recently learned something from Dr. Scott Johnson, who's going to be speaking to us later this afternoon, and it shocked me. I was involved with a study. Yes, we love Scott. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I have a great admiration for him. I sit on the research committee, we were conducting a study, and I said, well, what is the one food that we can consume that comes with a lot of toxins? And he said, oatmeal. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I would like Honey Nut Cheerios, okay, but no, it's oatmeal.
Yeah.
And he showed me the data, and I was like, I will be eliminating much of what I consume there because of the problems that it comes with. So let me point this out. Daily detoxing is like brushing your teeth. It's a small habit that prevents buildup. The 30-day cleanse is like hitting reset. The 90-day reset is gentler and more comprehensive, helping build resilience. Now, products are powerful, but lifestyle multiplies the effect. As was mentioned, hydration, so very important. Sleep to help your brain detox, 7 to 9 hours a night, so very important. Movement are the big 3. They're simple, they are non-negotiable for detoxing. Beyond the basics, managing stress, eating fiber-rich foods, apparently not oatmeal. and fermented foods. Reducing household chemical exposures all make a huge difference. As I said, my sweet wife Julie has been doing a major tox cleanse out of our home to eliminate some of those exposures for ourselves and our family. Remember, you spend 90% of your life indoors, so your home environment matters. So here's the truth. Detox is a rhythm. Daily support, short cleanses, and longer resets all play a role. But we don't want you to stop here. We're inviting you to join us for a 5-week post-convention detox series. Together, we'll dive deeper into practical routines, recipes, and strategies to make detox sustainable at home. From all of us, thank you. I'm excited about this too. This is going to be fun. There were 2 people over there that were excited about this 5-week series. From all of us to all of you, we thank you for supporting your body the way that it was wonderfully and fearfully made. Be well, stay curious, and keep living clean. Thank you.